Welcome to our morning devotions. We are bringing these to you knowing that some of you are not able to get our devotional booklets because they're delivered to the church. We also given it to you because we realize that many of you are taking walks and listening to things, and we invite you to start your day with a word from God. And so I invite you to do these things each and every day as we live our Christian walk and faith. I will start every day by being open to the blessings that God is going to give me. I will realize every day that I am the face of God to everyone I meet. And I will end every day by thanking God for the blessings received and place into God's hands my worries and fears.
Today we read from Christ in Our Home, July, August, September 2020. Today is Monday, July 27th. Our reading comes from 1 Kings chapter 3, verse 16 through 28. Later, 2 women who were prostitutes came to the king and stood before him. The one woman said, "Please, my lord, this woman and I live in the same house, and I gave birth while she was in the house. Then on the 3rd day after I gave birth, this woman also gave birth. We were together. There was no one else with us in the house. Only the 2 of us were in the house. Then this woman's son died in the night because she lay on him. She got up in the middle of the night and took my son from beside me while your servant slept. She laid him at her breast and laid her dead son at my breast. When I rose in the morning to nurse my son, I saw that he was dead. But when I looked at him closely in the morning, clearly it was not the son I had borne." But the other woman said, "No, the living son is mine, and the dead son is yours." The first said, "No, the dead son is yours, and the living son is mine." So they argued before the king. Then the king said, "The one says, 'This is my son that is alive, and your son is dead,' while the other says, 'Not so, your son is dead, and my son is the living one.' So the king said, 'Bring me a sword.' And they brought a sword before the king. The king said, 'Divide the living boy in 2. Give half to one and half to the other.' But the woman whose son was alive said to the king, because compassion for her son burned within her, 'Please, my lord, give her the living boy. Certainly do not kill him.' The other said, 'It shall be neither mine nor yours. Divide it.' Then the king responded, 'Give the first woman the living boy. Do not kill him. She is his mother.' All Israel heard of the judgment that the king had rendered, and they stood in awe of the king, because they perceived that the wisdom of God was in him to execute justice."
Happy July 27th. The story of King Solomon determining the true mother of the living baby highlights his wisdom and the people's awe of him. No doubt terrific for the sake of Solomon's public relations. The primary responsibility of the king is to execute justice, which he does through God-given wisdom. However, Solomon's success seems to ignore the deep grief of a mother who has lost a child. Solomon's tactics seem to toy with the life of another child. It serves as a reminder that justice can fall short of compassion for those caught in the crosshairs and those on the margins. When my toddler acts out, there is often a root cause of the behavior. If I respond only with justice, I miss the real problem. God is teaching me as I parent that often I need to approach first with compassion to understand, and then act with justice when necessary. Beyond parenting, in the wider world and across all relationships, to balance compassion and justice is true wisdom. Compassionate God, grant us wisdom to balance the needs for compassion and justice. Amen.